Well, Janet, the world of work, it's changing, isn't it? We're looking ahead to a future where automation will play an increasing role. And the idea of a universal income, a safety net for everybody, is one that's been popular with even leading figures around the world, like Elon Musk, for example, of course, head of SpaceX, among other things, saying also he thinks there should be a universal basic income that doesn't change even if you do get a job. He's saying productivity should effectively be a reward on top of it. So this idea of a universal basic income has been talked about, but one country, well, it took the talking to the next level. That was Finland. It initiated a 2-year trial into giving people a universal basic income. The results for the first year are in. So what exactly are we talking about? Well, let me break it down a little bit for us. 2,000 unemployed people in Finland were given a universal unconditional income every month. That was 560 euros. Now, that didn't change regardless of whether they then went to find work. The result of this was the preliminary findings from this first year at least said that the well-being of this group sharply improved, although there was not a boost to employment. Worth saying here, there wasn't a dip in employment. People didn't sort of become lazy, if you like, and stop looking. There just wasn't the boost to get people into work. So this has obviously led to a mixture of interpretations, particularly on social media. We have people, for example, like Julia Hartley-Brewer, who is a right-wing commentator in the UK, saying sarcastically, oh, she's shocked that a universal income doesn't encourage people to find work. But then you've got other people looking at this and analysing it, like Matt Bruning here, saying on his first evaluation, stress was down, health was up, and employment, well, it was unchanged. But there is that sense where, because this universal basic income in the first year didn't help people into work, that some people are writing it off. Now, I spoke to one person who is a very profound proponent of universal income, Scott Santens. He's based in the United States. I started by asking him, Scott, surely this shows that this system doesn't work.
Before the experiment took place, the people who felt that failure would happen, it would be defined as the fact that people would become lazy, that they would not work, and that they would just, sit on their butts at home, eating, watching TV and eating nachos or whatever. But when you look at the experiment, now that the results are out, that's not what happened, that there was no difference, that people just weren't able to find work at an increased rate, but they didn't work less. There was no difference in that regard. So for those same people, they're not saying that anymore, it didn't fail because people became lazy. Now they're saying it didn't fail because they didn't work more, which is moving the goalpost.
Well, it's a complicated issue. Certainly taken Sean and I a lot of work here in theCUBE. If you want to read the full story, head to euronews.com, Janat.